as we mentioned, this is a day packed with news, and of course, the big announcement in the aviation sector has been the deal between Boeing and SpiceJet in excess of $20 billion. NDTV's Sandeep Phukan, in conversation with Ajay Singh, Chairman and Managing Director at SpiceJet, and Dinesh Keskar, Senior Vice President at Boeing. It's worth noting that the SpiceJet stock is up 3.13% in trade at the 66 rupee mark.
Well, India continues to be a bright spot when it comes to aviation. It is the fastest growing aviation market, and quite clearly that is reflected in SpiceJet's huge order. They are ordering, I have the details in front of me, 205 jets from Boeing. Clearly this is the biggest order for Boeing from India. But what's even more remarkable, just 2 years back, we were discussing, we as in the journalists were discussing, when is SpiceJet shutting down? One man who turned it around, Ajay Singh. Ajay Singh, congratulations. Big day for you. What does this deal mean to you? I mean, reading out from the handout that you've given me, it's a $22 billion deal. That is 150,000 crores. Big numbers.
Well, it's been an incredible journey. As you know, in 2014, the airline had nearly shut down. People had sworn never to fly the airline again. It came to a point that the airline intimated the government that, there would be no more flights from the following day. And from there to this, it's been an absolutely incredible ride. As you know, we have had now 21 straight months where our occupancy, our load factor has been in excess of 90%. We've had 7 profitable quarters. We've had the best on-time performance of all airlines in this country. We've had the lowest cancellation rates. And we've recovered the confidence, most importantly, of our consumers, our partners, and our friends. So it's been an incredible journey, and we think we are well placed to take this forward into the future with this really large deal that we are doing, which is obviously the largest deal in our history.
Right. We're also joined by Dr. Dinesh Keskar. He's the Senior Vice President for Boeing for the South Asian region. So thank you very much for joining us. It's the biggest deal for the Boeing. I mean, the last time I could think of was the Air India deal.
Yes.
That you had. So this is the biggest deal. So what does this deal do to Boeing in India and in this region?
As you know, we've been always bullish on India, and our current forecast for the next 20 years speaks volumes for it. We had said a few months ago that India will need over the next 20 years 1,850 airplanes worth about $265 billion. This is a testament to that what we said is actually happening, because these orders are in the next few years, and clearly a commitment of this size speaks volumes of SpiceJet's ability and its confidence not only in the Boeing company but in itself as to what it can do. And right. You yourself said earlier what it has happened in just December of 2014 to where we are today, and we are really pleased to have a partner like SpiceJet, which is going to be continuously flying the Boeing airplanes and at the same time making good profits with it, and that way they can continue to buy more airplanes.
Right. So as you said, that the order speaks a lot about ability and perhaps confidence. Ajay Singh, I wanted to ask you that. I know it's a big day for you. You shouldn't start with negative thoughts, but in the past, we've seen airlines in India, airlines like the Kingfisher Airways. I recall when they had got the A380, you had firm orders, but look what happened to them. So what's the funding pattern? How are you going to, because 150,000 crores is a huge number.
See, when we started at SpiceJet, one of the big things that we wanted to ensure that we did not, or India did not have to repeat the Kingfisher story. And we have successfully done that so far. We are extremely prudent in the way we manage our finances. We work very, very hard to keep bringing down our cost, and that's been one of the measures on which, which has led to the success that we've had so far. We will find, in fact, what this aircraft and this order does is to help us reduce those costs further. This is an extremely efficient aircraft. It helps us reduce fuel burn by 20% over our existing fleet. It helps us reduce not only the cost of the aircraft, but the cost of maintenance of this aircraft. So all in all, the unit costs will come down pretty sharply as a consequence of this order. And we will continue to work in terms of financing of the aircraft. We will again try and explore various mechanisms which will help us bring down the cost.
Share, some of those blueprints.
We are in an extremely conducive financing environment at this time. There is plenty of capital available. Interest rates around the world are extremely low, and this gives us the opportunity of doing various kinds of financing transactions, including sale and leaseback deals, including Exim-backed financing, and various other forms of financing, which will help us bring down finance costs. So, our responsibility is to grow as a profitable airline. I'm not so concerned about my market share, nor have I ever been. We want to make sure that we continue to grow profitably, and we believe that this partnership with Boeing and this aircraft will enable us to do that in a more effective manner in the future.
But sir, tell us something. When you have, I presume that your delivery is going to happen sometime quite soon. So when you start getting these planes, what are your expansion plans? Where do we see the Spice, or which other new destination where we see the SpiceJet logo flying into?
Well, clearly with these number of planes, we will add destinations, both domestic and international. Remember that this aircraft also gives us larger range from our existing aircraft, and therefore it will enable us to fly to more international destinations than we are able to cover today. So clearly there will be an expansion. I don't want to name the exact destinations, but you will see very many more destinations and interesting
will there
places.
Be more international routes?
Certainly, there will certainly
because
be an
Because
expansion.
you are placing about 50 wide-bodied aircraft.
No, we are not placing an order for 50 wide-bodied aircrafts. Or what we have said is that we have the purchase rights, which includes the right to buy wide-body aircraft in the future. We think it's well worth exploring in the future, the possibility of flying long haul at a low cost.
Right.
So we have kept that option open. Currently the focus is on the narrow body, but even with the narrow body, the range of our flights will increase with this new generation of aircraft.
Dr. Keskar, I just wanted to ask you on that. I know we're kind of running short on time, but for SpiceJet's expansion plans, the delivery schedule is going to be very crucial. I remember that there were issues with the Air India order. Boeing wasn't, going through a great time at that point of time. Can you assure, when do we first get to see these new planes? How soon? And can you assure SpiceJet and, flyers who would be flying?
Very valid point. The good thing about this, what you referred to earlier was the delays on the 787 Dreamliner, which is well behind us. In fact, just yesterday, the 23rd 787 for Air India arrived in New Delhi. These airplanes are doing extremely well in the flight test. The program is already on. We will expect it to complete as early as this quarter, and we will start delivering airplanes to the world in the next quarter. So having said that, we feel that we have a production system that is very healthy. We are currently producing 47 airplanes a month with a plan to go to 57 a month in the 2 years. And I think with that kind of production base and that kind of success that Boeing is having, we do not anticipate any issues with deliveries of these airplanes.
One last question. I know I'm completely out of time, Ajay. In its December report for Center for Asia Pacific Aviation has said that your competitor, Indigo, is adding 2 planes every month. Can you actually match those numbers with this order? Will it help? Because you're at least fighting with them on your on-time performance rankings.
Well, I think it's good that the market remains competitive. It's great for the consumers and it's good for the airlines because it keeps everybody on their toes. We are not concerned about what our competitors are doing. As far as SpiceJet is concerned, we want to keep improving our performance, our on-time performance, our cancellations, the services that we offer to our consumers, the fares at which we offer those services to our consumers, and the destinations that we fly to. We will continue to improve day by day, give new products, new service, and more reliability to our consumers. And we are not concerned at all with what our competition is doing.
Well, the competition will surely be watching this order. Thank you both, Dr. Keskar and Ajay Singh. Thank you very much for speaking to NDTV. Thank you all.
After the break, you'll be hearing from Infosys CEO Vishal Sikka.